This is the Valleycast. They make it sunny. They bring the funny. Elliot, Joe, and Steve. They'll have a jolly time. Free as can be. These are the Valley folk. Now sit back, listen, and enjoy the show.
Interesting note to end on.
That was very pleasant. Thank you.
I think that ended on a minor instead of a major.
Who did that?
That's interesting.
Who made
I don't know what that means even remotely.
It means a minor chord
Makes you
makes
sad.
you seem sad or confused, and a major chord is happy and satisfying. So whenever you hear a song that makes you kind of sad, a lot of it is in minor chords.
Cool.
Yeah, music. Hey guys, welcome to Valleycast. That Valleycast intro.
The New Year's special. I feel like I'm peaking, but Happy New Year, everybody.
Professionally?
That Valleycast intro
No, that's what 2020 is for.
was brought to us by Kent Ove Onda.
Here,
What's the
here,
Ove
Kent.
Onda
Thank
on
you,
Kent?
What did you say?
Oh
His
my
name
God.
is Kent
That's so
Ove
good.
Onda, and I said, "What's the Ove Onda on Kent?
What's the over under on Kent
Yeah.
Ove Ande?
What's the over under on Kent Ove Onda?" He says it was a short little intro submission for the podcast Valleycast, and he has a thing written out here saying, "I'm on a new account from last time as I decided to make my main account more anonymous and not post stuff with my name all over it."
That's probably
But you
smart.
remember me as the guy with "If Peanut Butter Spoons Was a Sad Love Song." For those of you who like that one, you'll find a demo of my real songs on my SoundCloud profile. I wanted to record more intros, but I've simply not had time. Last time I made Steve sad, so I thought I'd do something
That's
more feel
great.
good.
That's
I
great.
love that last time you made me sad, and the ending of this song made me sad.
It reminds me of the Ricky Montgomery guy that I listen to, which is like the acoustic, poppy, pleasant sounding, sad music,
He
which
says,
I like a lot.
It's like,
It's my favorite.
who's the guy that stabbed himself to death?
Elliot
"Oh,
Smith.
Elliot Smith."
Elliot Smith.
yeah.
It's like taking the minor chord and creating a haunting atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And to do that at the end of something positive and upbeat.
Yeah, it
is
was
really
interesting.
weird.
Interesting. But anyway, he says, "Hope you like it. Best regards, Kent." And guess what? We like it. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I know Christmas is over, but
Right now, it is.
I love playing Christmas music over a podcast.
I mean, it still makes sense.
Especially after Christmas, everyone loves still hearing Christmas music.
But you know, it's not
still the
Christmas
holiday
over Christmas for
season,
us
baby.
yet.
yeah, I think you
It
have
hasn't
until
even become Christmas
it's
for us.
December 20th.
Today,
Yeah.
in recording.
We're doing this early so that we can go enjoy a holiday break
I
and
wanna
brace for 2020.
I want to start a new trend where we still listen to Christmas music through January, just to see how people feel about that.
You think that's a new trend? Well,
Oh, has it not
man,
been?
come hang out
People
at the
still listen-
Berettas.
They still listen to Christmas music.
Dude, that
music
tree's
in
going to
Jan-
be up until March.
Well, the tree, yeah, but what about the music?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go into February then. I'm going to be playing Christmas music during Valentine's.
Did you get those new lights in your apartment? The recessed lighting?
Yes, I have recessed
That's
lighting.
nice.
It's so nice.
I look
Dude,
forward to seeing it.
it changes
Or
everything.
seeing the apartment for the first time.
Put some hue
You wanna
lights
come
in there.
over?
It's a dark, yeah, I'm inviting myself over.
Yeah, it's these LA apartments. Nobody cares about this. They
think
all
they
all
do.
these living rooms, and maybe it's not just exclusive to LA. There's no lighting in them. Nothing. It's like you have to plug in
You need
a lamp in the
lamps.
corner and another lamp in another
Yeah.
corner, and a lamp's never enough.
Lamps
Maybe
are
that's why
decor,
there's-
baby. They
And
don't do it.
Maybe
there's-
that's why there's so many lamp shops.
Maybe.
Because there's so
Yeah.
many apartments that just don't have
But
lighting
dude,
built
out of the
into
blue, the
And money
manager was
laundering.
like, "We're putting recessed
Money
lighting everywhere," and I was like, "Yes!" I was so happy. It was an early Christmas present, and it changes my mood now. Having actual illumination in the apartment is
I can't wait.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You need that. I think you need a lot of
And I'm
light.
decked
You know
out
what,
with
though?
Christmas, man. It's like a Christmas hug in my apartment
That's
right
great.
now.
I don't know if it's like a big mood I'm in or what, but I really love a good cave, like a dark cave to just like chill in and hide in.
I just like the choice.
But I mean the brightness is always good, obviously, but I think I like a mix.
Yeah. And it's got the dimmer switch. It's like super
Well-
Christmas present, you guys. It's either I
Oh,
want
that's
bright
nice.
The dimmer
or
switch
kind of
is
bright
nice.
or nothing. Oh my god, I love
Do you ever go down to the very tippy bottom of a dimmer switch and
Until it
just
starts
see
flickering,
dude.
and then,
Yeah,
and then
like
blows
what's
up.
Give me
what's
the
the
dimmer. Give me
threshold?
the dimmer.
Like
Give me
what's
the dimmer.
what's the dimmest dim on
Oh,
your
it gets
setting? Is
pretty-
it very
it
dim?
gets very dim.
Is it like sexy dim?
Yeah, it's sexy dim.
There is one dim that's
Sexy
between
dim.
sexy dim and darkness, but that's like horribly annoying. Where it's like I can
Yeah.
barely
The
see
flick-
you.
it's the
like
flick-
turn it off or turn it on.
It's the flicker that I cannot.
There's a little bit, yeah. That's
You know what
not
that
good.
is? What we're talking about? We're talking about
Privilege.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Pre-movie starting, still in the trailers, lighting in a movie
I hate it.
theater. That's what that is. Though.
Absolutely hate it.
Vroom. It's kind of
Turn the lights off. I know it's totally for people that are like confused about where their fucking seats are, even though every
you wanna
fucking
enjoy your-
theater in the
enjoy your
planet
trailers.
has an
Yeah.
illuminated thing. Even the shitty ones, they have like
The walk.
illuminated little placard that says what row it is, and especially the ones that are like assigned seating. I hate it. One of my biggest pet peeves is the fucking or the phone flashlight in the movie theater when the movie's going and someone's
Dude.
looking for
Oh,
their
that's
seat.
insane.
I had
That's
somebody
an
do
insane
that in
person.
the
It's an
middle.
insane person.
No,
The
that's
middle of Jumanji 2, like they dropped something on the floor and they were using their light to figure it out, and they weren't using their light right, so they were hitting themselves with the light, and their whole shadow from like
Perfect.
5 rows back was
Perfect.
being illuminated onto the fucking screen.
You know what's interesting?
for 5 minutes.
It's totally Karen's.
Heather loves her milk duds, and she wanted.
She wants them all.
she ate them right off the floor.
It's Karens that do that. Like, it's definitely a lot of Karens that do that. That like turn their lights on in the fucking theater, looking in their purse for their fucking jujubes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the Karens that like are the ones that go to the manager and complain to the manager about shit. It's so interesting to me. Such an interesting thing that there's just obliviousness.
That's called self-involved.
Yeah, it's just like an obliviousness. It's like the bubble everybody talks about. It's like everyone's in their little bubble. Whenever someone's like in their car, it's like nothing else exists. It's just their car. It's them.
Yep.
And it's like everyone else is the problem.
In
It's such a bummer.
In conclusion, I fucking love recessed lighting. I don't mean to get controversial, but that's it, man.
Dude,
I
this
let's
is
love
the
make
it.
this
last
about recessed
podcast of
lighting.
the
I
year.
love
Like,
it.
there's not like we're gonna get real.
I love it.
Let's just make the whole podcast about recessed lighting.
Man, that would almost make it in my top 3. Segue. Guys, this is the Valley Folk top 9, hashtag top 9 of
Top 9
2019.
Of 2019.
What are your thoughts on track lighting?
Track lighting's good too, especially if it's like on a dimmer switch.
Yeah.
yeah.
The one, it's the ones where there's like a track, and then there's like
a bunch of lights.
lights attached to the track, and then some of them are turned in different directions.
Can be great.
It's
like in a patio, like patio
It
lighting.
can be out there. It can be inside.
Where they string 'em?
No patio light. No, this is like
Track lighting is-
Imagine
is-
like a.
is hard
A track.
It's
firm.
like it's yeah. Just imagine these like
on the
lugs.
ground. I hear
No,
track.
they're on the ceiling.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not my jam.
Yeah,
With
a lot
the
of
dimmer
people
switch,
like
it
it.
takes it to the next level, though.
I just saw it in my head. Yeah, I was like, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, recessed lighting is classy. Track lighting is kind of fancy, and anything else is not good. Lamps, not good.
Sun.
Unless you got good lamps, I guess. But you need so many lamps
Lamps
to fill
take
a
up
room.
too much damn space.
You really do to light up a whole room.
Yeah, but then you got
The
to
lamps
start
are
like,
all decor, man. They're not.
It is
Yeah,
decor.
And it makes you feel great. But like, can you imagine sitting under a normal lamp and like reading a book? You wouldn't be able to see anything.
No,
You should be straining your little
it's
eyes.
like it's an accessory, a
Mhm.
lamp.
This is our top 9 of 2019, folks. What do you think about the lights that people have where like they put red light around the rim of the TV or something, or like blue light
you
under
know-
the couch? So
Oh, I love it.
Makes,
Yes,
you like
I
that?
do like that.
I've seen it.
it can
done-
be-
I like it, but I've never had the urge to do it.
because you're like,
in
I'm
my
gonna
own-
mess this up.
I've seen it done right,
Or I think
and
I
I've
just
seen
get
it
tired.
done wrong.
Really?
I like it behind a TV, like makes it stand out
They-
from the wall a little
I-
bit more.
Kind of
I
cool. I see that in
recently-
apartment when I'm peeping tomming.
Yeah,
I see that.
in other people's apartments.
Well,
Right.
because you
yeah.
can see it. It's glowing. You know, it attracts the
Yeah.
eye.
Well,
I
and I
mean-
like to look up right now because it's the 20th. I like to look up and see how many Christmas trees are up, and that's
Oh,
always
that's
fun.
fun.
But then on the way up, I see like, oh,
They're asking
they have
for
the
it.
backlight.
So, guys,
I
this is
have-
This is our
wait,
top
before we move
9 of
on.
2019.
Before it's our top 10 of 2020. Before we move on, I have to say, I recently went to someone's house where they had one of those lights around the TV. That,
Name
like,
names.
I will not, and it doesn't matter because it's not shit talk. It like really worked.
Yeah, I like it.
It was like a fancy version of it where like anything on the screen it was connected to the lighting and would light up the room with whatever you were seeing on the screen.
So the color mirrored what was on the actual
Yeah,
screen.
like we
Interesting.
ended up watching like Rihanna released this like clothing line, like this lingerie clothing line, and she did this like fashion show reveal for all of it, but it was like a crazy spectacle
That
with
sounds like smut, Steve.
it was like good. It was really
Smut.
good. It was just like, and then there were cameos from all these like famous models and some like actors and but definitely check out some of it. Like maybe watch it with Grace or maybe watch it like
Speaking of,
Should I watch it with Grace as well?
yeah, everyone watch it with Grace.
yeah, that's
if
fine.
You
We'll
can.
come over. I was on my way out yesterday, and I was on a street, and I freak out when I see corgis, and I love tricolor ones, especially like the ones that are darker. And I looked down, I was like, oh, I was like, that's a tricolor corgi, and then I was like, oh man, that looks like. Oh, it's Brie. It was just all Brie and
it was
Riggs like going
Riggs!
around a corner, and I was like, "That's it." And she was like facing the other way. I was like, "You know," so I'm like, "That's Brie."
That's
and
so
Riggs,
funny,
yeah.
but it didn't connect right away.
No, yeah,
I
my
know.
brain went corgi, tricolor corgi. Oh, I know that.
Riggs is so great. Riggs is a mix. She's a corgi terrier, but she's got the stumpy corgi legs. I just retweeted something that was like corgi paws, and it was like 4 different images of just like
Yeah,
a
they're the
close up of
best.
corgi paws, and it was just like, I don't think I feel any. I think this is the way to feel good. You
Yeah.
just look at that and you feel
Corgi
good.
paws.
I follow
Corgi
a lot
paws.
of corgis, obviously, on Instagram. They're-
have to.
paws are coming.
It's we're a Cavalier. We're a King Charles Cav house at my place.
they're great,
Alana's
too.
all
They're so
obsessed
sweet.
with them.
Incredible
They're
dogs.
adorable.
They're like they just make you feel more loved than any other dog.
I've said this before. Only dog I've ever been a part of. It's like accidental death in an animal hospital before. That sucked.
Yeah,
It was a sweet
It
puppy.
was a sweet little cat.
and it was for a dental, but they
Did you
have-
take her cliff jumping and you're like, it's fine, we're safe, it's not that far, you can swim, and then
right because it's
Yeah.
supposed to be
Oh,
hydrotherapy.
statistically,
yeah.
So it works better for their little legs from higher up.
Right,
anyway,
right.
I mean,
no, I'm
it's
thinking
not
corgis.
that
I went back
unsafe.
to
she just didn't. She had those small legs. She couldn't clear the outcrop.
Right.
She-
But they have heart problems in case you're thinking.
yeah.
This is top 9 of 2019. Do you guys
top
like
9.
top 9 of 2019?
Yeah. Hashtag
9
top
of
9.
19. Top
You know,
9. Top
that's
9.
the thing. You're
Top
doing
9.
3. I'm doing 3. Elliot's doing 3.
Yeah. I thought I was like, I don't have 9 things.
Well, no, we each took 3.
And then,
Right,
but to
right.
kick it off, I would like to ask you guys, what are your opinions on utilizing Christmas lights after the holidays, not in a festive way, but for accentuation within
Depends if it's
the
a
home
if it's
for
a
decor.
hunter green wire.
Yeah.
I'm against
No,
that.
nobody's gonna just hunt. Oh, hunter green wire, but what
Hunter
about,
green wire that connects like white lights.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's hunter green, then that means it has to go on like a bushes.
Gotcha.
But if it's
That
a
makes
white
sense. That makes
wire,
sense.
then
Yeah.
it can blend in the wall, and I'm down for that.
Okay, Steve, do you use
I have no strong opinion one way or the other.
A lot of college
Do I
kids do
use
that.
them? Christmas lights in the house. Owen liked it. Owen liked doing it when we lived together. We had like this big stand up piano, and he put like Christmas lights on top of it.
I love that.
And they're the white ones though, not
I was
the
going to say, I
multicolored
don't think you
ones.
can use multicolored year round, but
Pure
you
Christmas.
can use white.
White.
I don't
or-
really mind it. I don't seek it out, and I don't like need it. But if someone wanted to do it and set it up, I'd be fine with it. I think as long
Right.
as it doesn't disrupt.
Well-
I'm so picky about my
Right.
my television screen. Like if it's behind the TV or if it's like behind me and you can see it in
Oh
the TV.
yeah, you can't. That's a
no.
no. That's a no go. That's a no.
Yeah, before we dive into the top 9 of our top
2019.
9 of 2019, what do you guys ever get an urge to use black lights anymore?
No, but I'm
Only for my
always
cum
To spot it
to
or
see
to
it.
see
Yeah,
it?
to see it.
in the like.
Yeah.
Right. Post act or like post act.
Both.
Okay. So some of it's for cleanliness reasons.
Yeah, I just want to
Gotcha.
make sure that I've covered all my ground.
You know what? It's like we're old. We're old now. We've been around the realm of black lights for a long time, and I still, if I walk into like I go bowling. It's like, oh shit, it's cosmic bowling.
I
Oh,
know
yeah.
it's always fun.
It's great.
I still,
Cosmic bowling is
Yeah, I still get
a
like,
good time.
ooh, what part of me is glowing right
Look
now?
at my teeth.
And me and the kids will just be like, look at your shoelaces. Look at my shirt. Look
Yeah.
at- it's so much
Whoa,
fun.
my fingernails. This is crazy.
Oh, Jackson, look over there. It's Steve's cum.
yeah.
I've seen it.
Wow, that's revolting. And you're a bad influence on that child's life. Both of you. Yeah, this bit's gone long enough where we just keep talking about
I'm
lights.
pretty
I
Well,
happy
think.
soon
with
we'll
it.
get to our top 9 of 2019.
But
But
first,
before that,
flashlights.
let's talk about cosmic bowling.
Good times.
Would
Never
you guys
not.
have, if you guys had a little, is there any world where you have disposable income to the point where you put like a little bowling room in your house or something? You know how people have
Well, if
that?
I had bowling room disposable income, Yeah.
If you had bowling room disposable income, you'd have a bowling room.
Yeah. Because if you have bowling room disposable income, you got some hefty disposable
But
income.
I don't think you would add on a bowling room.
No,
it
no.
wouldn't be your first.
That's what I'm saying.
You would
Would
have
you-
a house
would you
that's
build
big
a
enough
bowling
to
alley?
have a
If
bowling.
What I'm saying is, if you had bowling room money, would you add a bowling room to your home?
Oh, look at that.
Not
dude.
first.
He's bowling room rich.
But
movie
eventually.
theater, I would do.
Movie theater, 100%.
That's the big one. Yeah.
I don't think I'd ever put a bowling alley in my home.
Home theaters, when you see pictures of those things and they're all decked out and they got each person has their huge recliner. It's like this little stadium
Ugh,
seating. So cool.
It's wonderful to be in a home theater. It's
Yeah.
just it's a very privileged thing. I was actually seeing.
Well, it's like straight up upper class.
It's
Like,
super upper class.
Yeah, that's
it's
not-
like it's yeah. I went to go see 1917, the new war movie, which is just like
Oh,
fucking absolutely incredible,
so bad.
mind blowing shit.
I haven't seen the thing, but
Don't see
I've
a
heard great
thing.
things.
You've probably heard a little bit from us. Try to
Yeah.
go to
Yeah,
it.
just don't
but
see
don't even look at a
anything.
trailer or imagery. I want to know what that
Mm.
would be like for you.
But I went to the premiere, not to humble brag, but humble brag, and I took an image. I took like a screenshot and then posted it on my Instagram. And Tony Revolori texted me back and was like, "I'm watching it in my friend's home theater right now."
Oh,
And I'm like,
Cool.
"You motherfucker! I'm at the premiere. Who the fuck do you know that has a home theater and has 1917?"
maybe the premiere was in that guy's home theater and you just didn't realize
Tony,
it.
come say hi. I'm also in this home theater called the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. But yeah, man, that's a dream of mine to have a home theater. I think. Once, we'll get to the top 9 of 2019 real soon, but I really, really want.
Do you
I love
want-
the way makeup lights work in makeup rooms, like in theaters and in the kind we have where it's just light bulbs all
Yeah.
around the mirror.
yeah, that's
That's
nice.
very nice.
That makes you feel like a classy actor.
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Yeah.
oh, look at me.
Covers up your fluorescent lights. I'm not a fan of.
I hate them.
Nobody likes a fluorescent
I
light.
hate them so much. I just like worked in a corporate job for way too long, and the fluorescent lights just suck my soul right out.
That's what they do. Have you guys ever done the thing where you break them?
Yes,
It truly
it's
is.
very fun and also
Very
scary.
satisfying. Satisfying.
Dangerous and just feels
It's very
great.
dangerous.
Invigorating.
Yeah, like the Jackass guys used to just slam them on
Mhm.
each other all the time, and that was they're doing another movie.
No way.
And
March
I
of 2021.
am in.
I
already
never.
set a reminder on Siri.
One of they're gonna die. One's
Yeah.
gonna die.
Is it
Yeah.
everybody like Steve-O?
I think so. I mean, I
Johnny
imagine.
Knoxville and
I'm
stuff?
sure they're all just like, let's get a huge paycheck because it's gonna make so much money
Yeah.
for spending no money,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna tug at the heartstrings. There's gonna be a Ryan Dunn montage in this thing that is going to
Do you know that?
destroy us.
Can
Why wouldn't they do that? They're 100%.
Can I
gonna do
admit
that.
something to you guys that might come as a shock?
You loved them.
I've never seen any Jackass.
Not even.
Not
really.
even. I mean, maybe a clip.
Were you?
I never watched the movies. I never watched the show.
dude.
I
they are-
remember the thing I thought was cool about it was that if you watch a whole episode, they like find a rhythm in the episode where the laughs, like if you buy into it and you're not just like, oh, that's painful, I don't like seeing people get hurt, but if you like are drunk enough to be like, this is hilarious, and it's that very immature humor, the way they can hit laughter the entire episode, I remember laughing harder than I've like top 10 laughs of my life were
Yeah.
watching Jackass as a kid.
in the theater.
In the theater, yeah. And the first one I remember specifically being like just one of the funniest things I'd ever experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm missing out on like some really funny shit for sure. I'm not super into real gross out
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't like the gross out.
I
Like
would
I like
say-
fake gross
I get
out
pretty,
stuff,
pretty
but
done with that.
real gross out is not my thing.
I think it's only like 30% of their shtick, though.
That's the thing. Like I'd have to watch a version where it's edited out or something to enjoy it.
There's only one or two that would really go over the top. But
Stop censoring
when I
artists.
was over at Smosh and I was ushering in the new cast, like Shane and Olivia, Courtney, Noah, and Keith.
Oh, you're the guy that did that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Or sorry.
What happened with Anthony?
Who?
Anthony Padilla.
What's the story with Flitz?
Who?
What happened with Flitz?
What?
What's up with Ross? Why did Ross?
Is Define still doing it?
They're all doing fine. Anthony just announced
Anyway,
his
when you
new
were-
girlfriend, and they look like they're super happy, and I'm happy for
When
them.
you were harboring in,
So when I'm bringing them in, like I would talk about, being present. It's like we're used to like sitting on this couch now and doing what we do and knowing that it's for an audience and you're performing, but it's not a natural thing what we do. It's not
Absolutely
It's not
not.
acting. It's some like amalgamation of acting and being yourself. But
it's like
then
a
also,
heightened version.
It's
of
weird, right?
ourselves,
It's a
yeah.
heightened version of reality. And it's a muscle that you have to build up. And I would always talk to them about like the jackass factor, the jackass factor, which is you want to present that like you're a bunch of friends having a good time and you're present, and that's what you're there for. You're there for the fun, and you make it seem like a party. And that's what Jackass did. They brought you in to their friendship circle, and you felt like you were laughing with them all the time.
But their friendship circle was like incredibly different from any other friendship circle.
But they welcomed you into it, and it was fun. And here's the other point that I loved about them was they only did it to themselves. Like the joke was always on each other.
Them.
It was insular for the most part. It was very rare where they were ever doing it to somebody outside of their group and doing like mean pranks.
Who was the guy that kept fucking with his parents and stuff?
Bam.
Was that
Bam.
that's
Bam
Jackass?
Yeah, that was Jackass.
Because that's kind of that stuff.
But
seemed
what was
kinda fucked
interesting
up.
too is they got to a point because they'd worked together for so long that eventually they had to split ways a little bit, and then their audience freaked out and accused them of some of the most heinous things
Whoa,
that
I don't
they've
remember
ever.
that.
Yeah, they got on Twitter and they did like this video that was like had all these bullet points that they thought was going to be like, this like PR appropriate thing, going like we can't, we're gonna go separate ways. And then this the other person came out and was like, no, like they just completely got rid of me.
what a
And then
mess.
they had to do a podcast where they like sat down.
What the fuck?
I don't like
Yeah.
what you're doing.
And
And then did they do one that they really liked, but everyone told them not to do that one?
they didn't at times listen to their own feelings and
Yeah.
their own guts, and they did outsource their decision making
Yeah.
a little bit. But it was interesting
Joe's
because they were still able to bounce back.
Welcome to
And,
the Valley Folk Top 9 of 2019.
Any second now, we'll get to the top 9 of 2019. But before that,
Do you guys like light food?
Like eating light bulbs.
Yeah, like diet,
Which
no,
is
just
something
like
Jackass
aspartame.
would
you
do.
know, sometimes I prefer light food over heavy food. Yeah, like soup over
Yeah.
over a sandwich.
But a
Yeah.
light soup, not a heavy
yeah.
soup.
Well, yeah, like a light soup would be like a tomato or like a tomato bisque or
Not
French
too much,
onion.
not
maybe.
too much texture.
A French onion could be heavy though if there's a lot of cheese.
For sure.
I've always been a little afraid of a French onion soup.
I just think it's too many onions in
Yeah.
a French onion soup. I've never had a French onion soup where there was like a good ratio of onions.
That's what they
to
say about
soup.
the French, man. Too many onions.
Why don't we each pick a top of 2019 that we are going to talk about, and then we'll talk about it.
Well, like go around. Okay, so yeah,
Category.
we're all coming in
Anything you
with three
got.
things that are our favorite.
We haven't talked.
things from 2019. It could be anything. It could be entertainment, movies, a personal thing, whatever.
Did you guys have a relationship with frogs when you were a kid? Just kidding.
No,
sorry.
I was against.
You were against frogs?
I remember as a kid saying something that I did not think was funny at the time, but now as an adult I look back on it and I respect the little kid version of me, because I remember going, anything that small that can jump that high compared to how big it is bad, and I don't
Should
want
not
it
be
around
trusted.
me.
That's
Yeah, it shouldn't be
so
trusted.
funny.
I think it was something like not be trusted. And,
Were there a lot of frogs in your...
yeah, it's Florida, and in Florida there's some frogs that are horrible. Like my parents' house is on a
Racist
lake,
frogs.
and it might as well be
Super opinionated.
horrendous, like poison-covered things, and they get everywhere. And so we would go out fishing, and we'd open up like a door to put our sunglasses in, and there would just be this nasty ass
Big
swamp
bullfrog.
thing. Yeah, and they're disgusting. And,
Interesting. So you grew up around them, and they were more of like a nuisance than a like a nice...
that kind, and then a bunch of toads, a lot of toads. But toads are cool. Toads were always kind of gross, but
Toads are like the super shredder of frogs.
I guess I was
Yeah.
always into frogs, and I loved them so much because
some
I was
tree
always
frog.
into bugs and weird creatures and things, and I would like pick up slugs and let them crawl on me and stuff when I was a kid. Like I really loved bugs and frogs and stuff, but like I grew up in a part of the world where there just weren't frogs, and I just never got to see
Yeah.
them really. So I'm wondering if there's like a correlation between too many frogs and no frogs, and that's what makes you kind of love them or hate them maybe.
Joe?
Joe?
I grew up around frogs. Yeah, I caught them.
Did you like them?
Yeah, it's fun. It's
You
just
love
like
frogs?
there's a little thing I'm gonna play with. Yeah,
Like what's the biggest frog you ever handled?
we didn't have the. They're not huge up there. They're about probably a good 4-incher.
A 4-incher. Nice.
Yeah, good
Not
old
a bullfrog,
A good
but-
old full into.
That's nice.
Now, turtles.
Yeah.
Turtles.
I do
love.
remember hearing a lot of things about like don't touch that frog, you can get warts and shit. I think that's fucked up to the
Pee-
frogs.
they
I don't
pee
think
on
that.
you.
I don't think that's real.
I don't know.
Is that real?
I have no idea. I heard the same thing. I always just assumed it was
I think
true.
it's just your parents don't want you bringing a frog into the house or some shit. Don't touch it, you'll get warts.
Like the part of me wants to just like permanently say that's not real. Like just adamantly be like, I know that's not real. But there's also part of me that's like, they're all why is it, things are true.
Guess
People
what?
say
That doesn't
things-
make any sense.
things
a
are
wart
built out
is
of
like
truth.
a wart doesn't go anywhere. You can't just sprout a wart.
All right, I'm gonna find out
I mean, you
definitively
can,
right
but
Yeah,
now.
you
not
can.
from frog urine.
We don't know.
It's not like
But
fertilizer
he's
that
gonna
activates.
Google
the,
it right now.
Get ready, guys.
Is it based in truth?
Based on the Burke Museum from burkemuseum.org in the herpetology section,
Nice.
all about amphibians. Definitively no.
Definitively.
There are no amphibians that give you warts. This myth has been around for a long time and is probably related to the fact that many frogs and toads have warty-looking bumps on their skin. These are glands and do not secrete anything that can cause you to have warts.
Can you Google for me, can we give frogs herpes?
Yes. Can you give frogs herpes? It is rarely seen in the summer because the virus needs cold herpes causing cancer in amphibians.
Okay. Let's talk.
How about this? Can frogs give you diseases?
Now
How about
I'm
that?
getting
How about
bored.
that? Turtles, frogs, iguanas, snakes, geckos, horned toads, salamanders, and chameleons are colorful, quiet, and often kept as pets. These animals frequently carry bacteria called salmonella that can cause
Never
serious
heard of
illness in people.
Incredible.
Salmonella? Never heard of her. 2019.
Salmonella, I barely
Okay.
knew her.
Number 1, I'll start. One of my favorite moments from the last year.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve, you're taking Steve's drink.
Yeah, have it.
Was going to a concert at the Greek Theater with y'all.
Yeah.
We saw Live. We saw Bush. We
Wait,
saw.
what is this? What's the category?
Just favorite things of
favorite? I guess this
2019. Cool.
falls into experiential.
Yeah.
and-
Is it
Memory.
category? Can it be categorized?
We
I just think it's fun to
you can
tease
throw it
people.
into
It
one.
might be hard to do that.
Experiential
Or don't,
/
whatever.
music. It was the first concert that I went to in a long time. My first time at the Greek Theater, which is an outside amphitheater, which are just the best ways to enjoy concerts.
Yeah, the Greek
Live-
theater's wonderful.
I'd never been to the Greek too.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
I love that was both your first time.
Live,
there. That's
Bush.
very nice. That
Well,
guy.
it was supposed to be Seven Mary 3,
That
but
guy that
we-
was with,
I didn't see Seven Mary.
Was it 7 Mary 3?
the guy that was
Live
with
and
Gwen Stefani.
Well, that's,
Yeah,
that's
Gavin
Bush.
Rossdale.
Yeah, Gavin Rossdale.
Gavin Ross.
There was a
oh,
third.
right,
Was
right,
it just
right.
those three?
No, no.
Bush.
That was just it.
Anyways,
That was-
It was Bush, Live, and who else?
7 Mary 3?
Oh.
Is that the name of it?
No, I think Our Lady Peace.
Our Lady
Our
Peace.
Lady Peace.
Yes.
But
That-
I missed the Our Lady
So
Peace.
you all missed Our Lady Peace. So there was, and that was, so all the things that I said previously, it was going to a concert again for the first time in a long time. It had been a while. Experiencing an amazing, like, historic outdoor amphitheater and in LA, and experiencing one of the cool things that LA offers, which I tend to not do. And experiencing concert culture again, and watching people have fun and be jovial
but like
together.
our age.
At our
concert.
age, so it was a little bit
Yeah.
more subdued, which is also, there's an ironic fun thing to that as well, because there's so many people that were not even our age. They were older. Like, I would say that this concert's
It was an
on
interesting-
average skewed older.
Yeah.
And doing it with friends was also awesome. But when I was with Our Lady Peace, I was the only one who was there. I showed up on time. I sat in the seats, but nobody else was there either. It wasn't that you guys were late. It was everybody in the theater was late, and it was just a spattering of
No
people.
way.
I didn't know that they were playing that early. I would have been there earlier.
Because
Like,
it was a Thursday.
I was okay with missing that.
It was a
Me too.
Thursday in LA.
I
just
forgot
gonna
to
say it.
Yeah,
I think I planned that.
but I did
planned
planned
it that
hear.
way.
I do
Dude,
like some
you
of the
guys
songs.
missed out. It was a Thursday
I'm
in
sure.
LA, and I think where it is, it's kind of in a residential area, this theater. I do believe it's a concerts end at
Oh, yeah,
this
you're
time,
just-
no
Oh, right.
matter what. So they
work
you
backwards.
never go to a concert and they start on time. It never happens.
No.
They always drag it out, but it was like if this concert started at 5, they started at 5.
Yeah,
They
that's
were,
how it felt.
They were on the stage and they were playing, and there was barely anybody. Maybe 5% of the people that were going to be in these seats were in their seats. And I basically got a personal concert from them, and it was really fun, and they were so appreciative. They were just like, thank you to all of you that showed up on time for this. Like, it meant a lot to them because they're not what they were before, you know. They're kind of a nostalgic touring act and opening up for other bigger previous nostalgic acts, and you know, there's probably a hidden pride, but they're doing what they love, and it was great. It was really fun, and I enjoyed it. So I had a moment for me just watching them while the sun was setting.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And then you guys showed up, and we just had a good time.
That's
We all
beautiful.
sang freaking songs together from the 90s.
Dude,
that we forgot
live-
were remembered.
Live rocked my dang socks
Yeah,
off,
yeah,
and
the
I knew
guy.
every song, including some of their newer ones that I didn't know I knew. And I was
Yeah.
like, "This guy is just doing great."
He was the epitome of
Ed
what a
Kowalczyk
performer.
or whatever? Yeah.
Of what a performer is.
My brother is a married man and a father of 2 children, and he never does things, really. He's working, and then he raises his children with his wife. And so I ripped him away to come to the concert because we grew up listening to that music, and we really connected on a brother level listening to Live and Bush and things like that. It was very of an era that my brother and I were, very well connected, good friends, good brother, good times.
Mm-hmm.
And so he still to this day is like, I had such a fucking good time at that concert. He's like, I loved it. I loved everybody.
Good.
I had so much fun. Everybody was so nice. And he just still talks about it. Like, he had such a
Grace
wonderful
and I
time.
still talk about it. Like, we had, both of us were like, this is so much more fun than it deserved to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should try to do that like once a year.
It was
or something.
it was like age appropriately pleasant as well. Like
We
of
were
us,
done by like 9:30.
and none of us got like obliterated or drank too
No.
much or
We didn't
anything
even
like
go
that.
out for a drink afterwards.
Yeah.
No, we were just done.
We just went
watched
home and
we
slept.
enjoyed the music.
Yeah, that
it
was
was
nice.
It was very good.
Great job, Steve. Great job
Thanks,
finding
man.
that
man.
that concert.
We
Yeah.
met. We
It's
It's
screwed
actually
up, though.
gotten me back into concerts.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We made a mistake, but it's because things started to crumble a bit. But we were
I'm
going to
telling
go to freaking Cake and Incubus because they were playing a
Oh,
month
yeah.
later. And
Well,
we
we
forgot to go.
Yeah.
Listen.
And Ben Folds too.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh my God! Yeah, you gotta let me know next time that comes in. You gotta come because I'm for sure going to go to the Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Weezer,
Oh, that's fun.
Hell and Mega tour.
Jesus.
And
That's
Yeah.
fun.
That's gonna be bonkers, and it's a stadium tour, and that's gonna be, I repeat, bonkers, gentlemen.
That sounds like a great time.
You
I'd
should
love to
come.
go.
That's gonna be so fun.
I was going to tell my wife I forgot, but like I don't never know what to ask for Christmas, and nobody ever knows what to get for me. So I was like, I finally know what I want. I told her yesterday. I was like, I need a new Nalgene bottle.
Oh, what?
Nalgene bottle. And what I didn't say to her, which I wanted to follow it up with, was also the only gift you ever have to get me at some point is I just want some Foo Fighters tickets. I want to go to a
I
Foo Fighters.
I thought the same
Oh.
thing. I've been listening to
That's
Foo
all I wanna
Fighters
do.
every day right now. I'm on a
Yeah.
real kick with them.
I just want to go to a Foo Fighters concert. I've been to one before, and it was awesome. It was a small, intimate theater, and I loved it. I just want to. They're arena rockers
I was
now.
front
I
row
want
at
to
a
see
Foo
them
Fighters one time.
fucking rock an arena.
I saw Dave Grohl perform with Tenacious D, drumming with Tenacious
That's
D.
probably
I
great.
saw him with Weezer.
That was a great show. And I saw Weezer open for Tenacious D once.
Man.
too.
Oh, nice,
Or
yeah.
maybe it was the other way around. It might have been the other way around.
Final point on this number one of the top 9 for 2019 from the Valley Folk for me is lead singer of Live showed what a great performer is with energy and professionalism, and an amazing singer still. Sounds
and also,
the same.
Positive energy,
Positive
new
energy,
agey, just like
And also
shameless new
knows
aginess.
who very self-reflective
Yep.
of who he is at this age that he is at and who he's performing for. Gavin Rosdale, on the other hand, did not know.
Good to see him. Good to see him.
Good
It was
to
a great
see him.
show. It was a great show.
Had a hoodie, had his sleeves ripped off, was humping an amp at one point.
but he then jumped around in the
But
audience and stuff, and that was
he
so
redeemed himself when he used that youthful energy at almost 60, I believe, when he ran up through the whole crowd.
Yeah, he got the whole
and did a
place
lap.
going.
And
Yeah.
it's not a small place. He did a lap, ran upstairs, hung off balconies, redeemed using that youthful energy, which was a little cringy earlier in the concert.
I mean, here's the thing. Live was amazing, and they killed it. But as soon as Bush came out, like, the energy changed. Like, people, like, you could tell that most people were there for Bush.
maybe. I don't know if I remember that
I
part.
really felt that because it felt like there were even
Yeah.
more people there for Bush than there were for Live.
It felt like our group was a little.
We left a
little
little early to make
amoeba.
sure we got
we
out.
leaned Bush,
Yeah.
or we leaned Live.
Yeah,
over
for
Bush.
sure. Yep. All right.
Cool.
Boom. There was my number one.
Nice. That's your number one.
Not one of no
I
particular
was like,
order.
oh shit! I don't
No,
want.
but it was a
yeah,
great
this shouldn't
memory
be
for
in
this year.
particular.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I guess in continuing in the realm of experiential, I guess.
Yeah,
I
that's what mine's gonna be. So that's good.
one of my
Thank God.
favorite experiences of 2019 was getting to go to Galaxy's Edge before it opened with a Disney cast member that was a fan of the Valley Folk and a fan
Yeah.
of me, and was like, come be in this special group of people to come see Galaxy's Edge before everybody else does.
Once in a lifetime.
Super once in a lifetime, and it was like before the strollers littered the whole place, and before there were like, and really truly, I mean, not to be like a grump, but there were 0 kids, which was an interesting experience. Not that kids ruin anything in some way, but I do feel like the stroller thing where you see them everywhere kind of takes you away
It takes
from
you away from
just
the,
a little bit of the
atmosphere. You got
theming.
to really be into the theme of
Yes.
something that was a love and a passion of yours for
Yes.
30 years. It's like a dream coming true.
It was
That's
a super
so
dream
crazy.
come true because
Like,
it's Disneyland and it's Star Wars and it's a Star Wars land,
and it's
just
like exclusive
and
and
it's
early.
totally,
And,
and
like-
it's zero crowds. I mean, it was still crowded because it was cast members and friends of cast members and stuff, but it was like probably the least crowded it will be for a very long time. And it was just such a special experience, and that was just wonderful. I got to bring Owen with me, and Owen was like my, if I could think of anybody else in my life that would
Your Star
appreciate
Wars
that as much
girlfriend.
as I could,
Yeah.
my Star Wars girlfriend, my Star Wars husband, thank you.
Yeah.
Even though he's not really, he wouldn't want to be called that probably.
Do you feel like since having gone back several times that it's gotten better or worse, or just sort of falling into its own?
I love it. I love it unapologetically. I know
How
there are
long
people.
is the wait when you go to the Millennium Falcon?
It varies from like 30 to
30
an
is
hour.
really good. But you haven't done like a 75, 90-minute wait.
No, my first ride through was a 15-minute wait because there was
Wow.
nobody there.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
which was amazing. And then when I got to go back again for another preview, which I went back 3 times during the preview because of various friends and such, which I'm very lucky and very grateful for. Every time it was like a 15-minute wait.
That's
and then
great.
and then when I went with my mom and my family recently, my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, his kids, my dad, my mom, and Alana, and my whole family, other than me and Alana, had not been to Star Wars Land. So it was like a huge. I mean, I guess I could connect those 2 experiences if I could, if you'll allow it. But just being able to experience that with my family and then experience it
I'll allow
with
it.
Owen, and thank you, Elliot, I appreciate that. But being able to experience, I mean, there are people that are like, Star Wars Land was a failure, and
Are
it's
there?
stupid. And
I've yet to hear that
Yeah, there's a
person.
lot of people. There were a lot of stupid articles that came out that were just like, attendance was really low for the opening of Star Wars Land.
It was really low for the opening of Disney as well.
I mean, it's just one of those things
Disneyland.
where it's like people want to shit on things that people love, and it's like, I don't
Clicks,
know.
baby.
And but anyway, bottom line for me is that such a wonderful experience getting to do that. I love it. I love the
attention of
Millennium
detail
Falcon
there
ride.
is insane.
It's just it doesn't change for me. I can
Yeah.
go to that land and stay there all day. I know that there's not much to do right now until the new ride opens in January, which I can't fucking wait. But my brother was even like, all right, let's go to the other parts of Disneyland, because the kids need to go on all the kid rides and shit.
Well, that's the other nice vicarious aspect of that thing being built, is that it's opened up the park. It opened up a new path, which helps with foot traffic, and there's
Yep.
not this like dead corner in the park, and or actually dead end. It's not dead, but it got
There
filled
was just
up and it
nothing
sucked.
there.
Yeah, and now all the other attractions aren't as loaded all the time, which is nice. So
Yeah, exactly. It really does handle crowds in a way,
Yep.
and especially when the new ride opens, it's just going to be like you can go to anywhere in the park probably
because everybody's going to be up there.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
You know, one of my favorite things about theme parks, and specifically Disneyland and Disney World, is the maps and the way they just draw the
I
little
know.
miniature. They just make
Mm-hmm.
animated 2D aerial versions of everything. It's just
Yeah,
fun to look at.
it's so cool. But yeah, I had a really good time, and that was one of my favorite moments of
Hell yeah.
of experiential moments.
Experiential. Okay, mine would be similar, but repeated, so it's not specific. But this, in Dating Grace, Palm Springs has become a very, very wonderful, lovely place.
Wow.
Your reprieve destination.
It's a reprieve. It's like we've just had really cool experiences the entire time, and it's like this place that has become weirdly sacred and nice and refreshing. And like we first went there like in January, and then right after that went back, and it was like where I met like Grace's brother and some of her family and his boyfriend, and I was like, and we were like watching the Super Bowl and like in the pool, and like we went up this like lift, and it was like when you went up the lift at Palm Springs, it was snowing up there like in February, but like down below it was like 75 degrees and sunny, and then up in the hill or up in the mountain it was like straight up just white powder everywhere.
Beautiful.
And yeah, covering everything and just like inches and inches of snow, and it was so cool, slipping everywhere, and like just that was like one of the most insane fun trips. And then just going back every time has been like it's become a weirdly
You have
addictive.
you guys have a reset button, and I'm envious of it. Like you guys, it's whether you're in LA or anywhere, it's easy to get stuck in your rut, the monotony of the day to day.
Yeah.
That can be uninspiring, and it can wear on your conscience. You guys to get up and get out and go see
Yeah,
something
hitting
new
the reset
and
button.
experience, and that's
It's
the
nice.
reset button, and it's healthy, it's good, and I'm glad that
right.
you have it.
You guys can come anytime.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
I might do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I might
I
do
want to
it.
take that lift. Last time I was in Palm
The
Springs,
lift is
I wanted
amazing,
to do it.
especially in January or February. If we can go then, I mean, it's. I didn't know. Like
It's
I went
cool.
up and
It goes high as fuck.
so high it wobbles. It turns
Yeah.
slowly the entire time.
I have a history with that lift, and when I was a child, my dad took me and my brother. My mom and dad took my brother and I to the lift.
Put you in it,
In
shut
Palm
the door, and
Springs.
left you forever.
No, that probably would have been good. That would probably make me less of a wuss for things if he had done that. But he took us there. We went to Palm Springs. It was a wonderful trip. And then we get to the fucking thing, so we go up to the mountains and see all the snow. And
we keep saying lift. It's like a super gondola.
it's like they can get a bunch of people in there, and then
It
you
looks
go
like
up the
a
mountain.
curling
Yeah.
disc that is on
On the
wires.
ice.
So
Yeah.
anyway, my dad took my family there, and my brother and I took one look at it, and we're like, we're not going in that. We're terrified of it. And it was like this huge deal that my dad was like,
Get
this
on
is
the
the
lift.
trip. We're going up the fucking thing. And we were like, you're not going to have children anymore if you make us do that. And we like fucking would not do it. We protested and we wouldn't do it,
Wow.
and we didn't do it. And to this day, I have
Wow.
not conquered that lift.
Dude, I
Have you apologized for just ruining your dad's the whole day?
You just found out what this year's Father's Day present is.
Yeah.
Dad's-
Take my dad.
Yeah.
My dad- I mean,
Dude,
I
he
don't
would-
even know if he gave a shit about it.
I
honestly,
bet it would mean so much to him.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I think he'd rather go to the casinos out there and be
Do
like,
both.
let's have some shrimp
done
cocktail
that.
and
You can
gamble
do
a little
both.
bit.
Yeah, just be like, and
Start
if
with
this
one,
wasn't
do-
good enough, here's $20. Go have some fun, kid.
Yeah. He might like that.
Yeah. Be nice. You can close your eyes.
Yeah. How long is that ride? I want to know.
It's like 10 minutes.
That's
maybe?
not so bad, I guess.
And it goes like
yeah, no, I know. I know. But it's like the heights thing, and it's like,
it's a little freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can see sometimes you can see goats and stuff on the hillside.
That's
you can
nice.
see
I like
wildlife.
And just
I love that.
just don't look at the weird clown that never stops smiling in the corner.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I would go if that was the
Oh, there's
case.
no corner. He's in the center.
right in the middle.
front and
And
center.
it doesn't matter what side of him you're on, you always see his face.
Mhm. And if he hits one button, it turns it into a gravitron, and you fly against the edge.
And your butt
Okay,
your
now I'm
butthole
not
falls
going.
out.
No, I'm not going.
All right. Okay, so that's 3. Going on to number 4.
I feel like we should drop the theming part of it because I just don't know what else. What else?
I mean,
could
there's no.
connect it to.
I'm not going to do that. The next one's entertainment.
Okay,
for
go
me.
ahead, buddy. What is
The
it?
next one's entertainment. I went through like the movies and TV shows, and there's a lot that I loved this year in video games. There's too many, but nothing like really stuck out as a singular thing that I thought like deserved to be on the list. But then I was like, you know what? I really have been enjoying more than I ever thought I would, and I was giving it a little bit of crap out of the gate. Disney Plus. I'm very, very happy with, from an entertainment standpoint, and how much like goodness it's been giving me already. It's a win for me.
Yep,
I get
great choice.
Mandalorian. I get this Imagineering. I get all these things from when I was a kid that I get to now just not talk about with my children, but share with them. The Simpsons being on it, even in their murdered state, is still cool. It's like it's.
And they're butchered
Yeah,
state.
I think it's.
What do you mean they're butchered state? Did they like
It's-
censor
They've
it?
altered some stuff.
It's
and-
just I
Little
mean they
cleansed.
didn't cut anything out.
No, it's
but,
like
but it's
cropped.
like a framing thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's weird.
Yeah. They're
But
fixing it. It'll be fixed by January or something.
yeah, I think the programming on it has been strong enough for me to enjoy it. I talked about how I started doing bouldering and stuff with Hayden. Oh, and look at that, free solos on there, and all this National Geographic
that's
stuff.
cool.
And like, there's just
Is she getting into all that stuff?
yeah, and it's. I'm happy with it. It's provided me way more entertainment and warmth than I thought it would.
Yeah, that's great.
I
agree.
I feel like 2019 was a fucking knockout year for movies. And
Yeah.
I'm such a movie nerd. I just loved I loved so much this year. There's just so many good fucking movies. I mean, it's hard to list them all,
That's
I
what I
guess,
was saying.
but but I guess I could.
I couldn't pick
I could try.
any singular movies.
I mean, Jojo Rabbit
Yeah.
and fuck, there's-
Parasite.
Parasite, holy shit. Oh yeah, fucking Parasite, holy shit. That movie was so good.
You saw 1917. You love that.
1917. I guess I could look
Knives Out.
up. Yeah,
lot of-
Knives Out. Fucking even Skywalker and Jesus, there's just so many fucking good movies this
And
year.
the TV was good too. There's a lot of good television. I'm almost done with Watchmen now.
I haven't seen Marriage Story. You guys watch Marriage Story yet?
I'm not gonna watch that.
Oh, you're not gonna watch
No,
it?
That just
I'm-
seems like one of those that's just gonna make me sad.
It's gonna make you sad, but I do want to watch really good acting.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
When I want to watch good acting, I will put it on, but I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I don't foresee that being something I dive into, but it looks great.
It's like this
Good for them.
generation's Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, I think Us wasn't great, but Us was fine.
It was fun.
Good, cool. Once
Yep,
Upon
yep.
a Time in Hollywood.
That came out this year.
Yeah.
I watched that recently. That was fun.
I still haven't seen The Irishman. I hear Booksmart's real good. I haven't
Even
seen that.
like the-
Uncut Gems hasn't. I need to see it.
Even the big like
I'm excited about Uncut
blockbuster
Yeah.
stuff. Like I wasn't disappointed with the Avengers at all. I really enjoyed it. It was good. It was fun.
I guess I wasn't disappointed either.
Yeah.
I was pretty entertained. I liked. I still haven't seen Dolomite, which I really need to see. I'm hearing really good things.
Irishman.
Is this one of
I
your?
liked.
Yeah.
What's your top movie of 2019, if I may ask? If
I
you
don't
know.
It's really hard to say.
Oh wait, we got time.
I guess that's really hard to
Is
say.
it JoJo?
Man, I don't know. I really loved Yesterday. A
Oh
lot.
yeah, I haven't seen
The
that yet. I need
Beatles
to see that.
movie.
And you haven't seen Cats yet, so
I
you
haven't seen
don't
Cats
know.
yet. I'm seeing it tonight, baby. I'm so excited. Fuck, that's really hard. I guess. I mean, 1917 was just
your mind, huh?
a spectacle of
Would you
filmmaking.
rewatch it?
Absolutely, over and over and over again. In fact, I was talking to my friend who's like a huge war movie fan, and of course he already saw it at like a DGA screening or something. But
Your friend Steven.
my friend Steven,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Steven
Baldwin?
Spiel.
Stephen Baldwin, yeah, Stephen Stills of Crosby, Stills and Nash. He's a fantastic mentor. He taught me everything I know.
That's
But-
amazing, man.
But no, so it's there's two versions being released of the movie. Not many changes, but one is like a full frame, like fucking IMAX. It's not 70 millimeter, but it is like it fills an entire IMAX
Yeah.
screen, and that's how I saw it. But there will be another version that's like widescreen that you could see in normal theaters or whatever. And I'm just like, as it exists in IMAX theaters, I will need to see it over and over again, I think.
Wow.
Even though it's a very hard movie to watch because it's very, the horrors
war,
of
man.
war, and war is very terrible and hell.
Warrors.
War is hell, they say. But it must be seen in IMAX, and the fact that it will be in IMAX when it gets released. I just want to see it with I want to take everybody I can to see it.
Cool.
I want to take my family. I want to see it with my brother. I want to see it with Alana. I want to see it with Owen. I want to see it with my friend Kit. I want to see it with you guys if I can.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah, I would. I would love to condense that to 2 or 3 showings maybe. But if I have to see it like 6 times, I think I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
It's just an incredible fucking film.
Now
It's
that
a
was your
long
favorite
time.
film, but that's not your number
I
5
just
on our
don't
list.
know.
What's your number 5 category?
What?
I'm transitioning on because we're gonna be here forever.
My number 5.
What's your favorite thing?
Well, that was. I mean,
Was movies gonna be one of your?
yeah, that
things
was
to talk-
it.
Oh,
that
okay.
was my. Yeah, that was
just
my
movies in
Yeah,
general.
just it was a good year for movies.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
great.
I saw so
Midsommar?
many good movies this year. Yeah,
Midsommar was fun.
Midsommar, whatever. Joker was cool.
Yeah. I'll never watch that again, but it was cool.
Loved Joker. I would watch it again with like family and be like,
Yeah,
watch how fun this is.
I'd watch it with family if they
Yeah.
haven't seen it. I'd be like, let's watch it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good time. The word joke is in it.
It's comedy. I would say top book
So we're on number 6, everybody. Number 6.
that I've read. I did not do much reading this year, gold for 2020, but Audible is a great sponsor. Perhaps they're one on this episode.
Who
Probably
knows?
not.
We don't know.
One nonfiction I really liked was Love's Executioner by Irvin D. Yalom, and it's basically a series of like therapy sessions, and this guy talking about anonymously talking about patients he's had. And it's really interesting if
probably
you're into like
fascinating. You learn a lot
unconscious
from
stuff.
that.
Yeah, it's super interesting. And I read a book of his called When Nietzsche Wept, which is also a really good one, and it's like a fictionalized version of Freud and Nietzsche, and it's all fun if you're into that kind of stuff. And then scripted The Outsider by Stephen King is not a great book, and it's way too long, but I really, really enjoyed it because it was Stephen King doing Stephen King-y type writing, and they're turning The Outsider, I guess, into like a HBO either miniseries or movie or something with what's his name from Ozark and
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
He's
yeah.
in that new Stephen King
Oh,
show.
wait.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
Outsider,
I saw that,
And
yeah.
so I've
Oh,
read
you've
that
seen
book.
it?
Yeah, well, I read the book,
Oh.
and I really enjoyed the book, even though it's very flawed.
Do
But
you think
I'm very excited about
The show
watching
will be
it.
cool?
I watch anything.
Oh.
I love Jason Bateman. And
too.
That brings me to my final entry. My top person of 2019 is Jason Bateman.
Oh.
I don't know why.
I was like,
But I stand by it. Like, dude,
Elaborate?
I don't have a reason, but I stand by it. I
It's
really
very
like
rarely
Jason.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I
I trust him.
Yeah, my favorite. I
I'm
read,
done. I did my 3.
Nice.
Was that 3? Well, wait, are you actually counting Jason
Yeah.
Bateman?
That's great.
Books that I read that I really enjoyed. I read Hank Green's book.
Oh, how was it?
It's fun. It's a great
need to
read.
read more,
He just
man.
knows who his audience is and who he's talking to, and I feel like he was really pulling from the voices of the people that he's surrounded himself within, our culture, the online internet culture, and a lot of it is commentary on that and the dangers of swift rises to fame
Yeah.
and the pitfalls of that and how it can be good and how it can be bad, but it's all wrapped up in a very fantastical sci-fi
Cool.
element, and he's about to release the follow-up.
Yeah, I
which
saw
I'm
that.
excited about.
I love the titles that he's doing.
I admire those Green brothers, and I'm also envious and jealous of their capabilities, and I don't understand how they do everything that they do.
Yeah.
They're outstanding.
Just to step back really quickly about things that came out in 2019, entertainment wise, which is still part of my category. The Witcher comes out today. It's like out on Netflix now, and it's like all of it. And I saw the first episode,
You
and
liked
it's
it, right?
really fucking good.
Cool.
So
check
watch it. If you got Netflix, check out The Witcher. It's like Game of Thrones. It fills the Game of Thrones hole,
I'll
but
check
it's
out.
so good.
Bonus one. Can I do a bonus? That's
Yeah,
outside?
do it.
Top Instagram story. We talked about this before. Instagram story goes to Michael Buckley.
Oh, he's so great.
Great Instagram story, and everyone should go follow.
I love his latest movement. His fuck, I forgot what the hashtag is.
Bitch, wash your brain.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's so fucking good.
The other thing that I have been reading for a couple years now, and
The Bible.
the Bible.
Good for you.
It takes so long to get through.
It's
Have you read Saga at all? Have you,
yes. I haven't caught up,
So
but
Saga is this graphic novel by Brian K. Vaughan.
yeah, baby.
It's like the new Star Wars, but with like a little bit more fantasy in space. It's space, but it's fantasy in space, and a little bit more adult themes, violence, sex, stuff like that, class warfare. It's amazing. It's kept me entertained for a long time. I'm sad that it's went on hiatus in this year, and they're like not gonna.
but there's no way
they're
they'll
not gonna
stop.
They're taking like a year break or something like that to step away from it, do other projects, maybe refresh their brains, and then they're gonna finish out the series. But so I'm gonna be awaiting that forever. But you've read it. You should catch up, and you would love it, Elliot. I
Oh, really?
really
Cool.
do think you would. You should check it out.
Are you listening to it, or are you?
No, it's a graphic novel.
Oh, graphic novel.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it's
so
good, man. It's
Cool.
good.
Good. The writing's amazing. The storytelling, it tugs at the heartstrings. It's it's all based around, at the end of the day, family.
I hope they don't try to make that into like a movie series
Somebody
or
will.
something.
Somebody
I hope they
try.
don't. I don't want to.
I don't know if they could do it justice.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
insane.
I just don't want. I don't want it.
What timestamp are we at?
We are at 52:30.
We're doing great.
So is there a final? You have a final?
my final.
I have a final also.
Thing that made me that I remember a lot and was important to me this year was I pulled the Band-Aid and I finally took a trip for me, just for me. I went back to Montana on my own, no family. It wasn't for work. All of my trips are always work related, and it's I get to see a city for a day, but I'm working 14 hours of those days, and maybe I get a dinner or something like that. I went to Montana for 6 days, and I just like refreshed my soul, and it was just important. It was a self-care thing. It was a reconnection to my past thing. It was a bittersweet trip because I went back to my roots, and I realized that my roots are still dug into the ground there, but the things on the ground are different now. It's not necessarily the same place that I grew up in. I still love it, and I have a special place in my heart, and I love going there. But it's like another generation's town. It's, I don't know the
That's
people
kind of how
there.
I feel when I go back to like Polk County. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just this isn't mine anymore.
Mm-hmm. So it gave me this like sensation of, and I think it's good. It's like I've never really felt like LA is home. I still probably don't know if I do, but now I know that that's also probably not home right now either. So I'm kind of like floating in regards to that. But I think it's good to realize that, and if you know where you're at within the space time of your existence, it's easier to make plans.
Well, home
So-
is where the heart is, Joe. Where's your heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your heart?
Where is your heart?
It's in my body. So is my body my home?
Yeah.
It is your temple.
I'm home.
And your body's a
home.
wonderland too.
How
And
do you?
I got to go
sorry.
explore outside and just be in nature again and run around by myself in the woods and go to Glacier Park, and I took pictures, and I let the stresses of the world kind of evaporate for a couple days, and that's when creativity just comes back in, and you don't even realize you're doing it. It's like, oh, this is something that inspires me. I created up there again, which was nice as well, because I think it was during a time where it was pretty dark and not really creating.
You went through some dark shit this year.
Yeah. Every
Darker
year.
than norm.
Press the reset button. Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
nice,
it was
Joe.
a great trip, and I loved it. And like I said, I said bittersweet, but it was still so sweet. I saw friends. I ate at new restaurants in my town. I saw the progress of my small little like blue collar town and how it's growing, and it was probably on like the cusp. There was a danger that it might not have grown, and it could have fallen apart because a lot of factories closed down. It used to be like a very industrious little town, and all of those things went away. But they're finding a way to thrive, and this new generation is bringing in an enthusiasm and creating community, and that's inspiring. I see these people creating excitement behind being together and becoming Columbia Falls, like the new generation, and it's nice. It's nice to see.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Good for you,
Wow,
man.
Joe, I love that.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, I got to do it again.
It brings up a question that I have for all of us. What are your? How do you feel about 2019? All in all, ups, downs, goods,
I guess it you know, it really kicked our ass in the end. But overall, I'd say a lot of wonderful things happened this year, and a lot of sad things happened this year. But I guess I'm thankful that I have family and friends that, you know, are here for me, and I think we can all agree that we have that in our lives, which is a very wonderful thing. And, you know, I don't know. I guess it was just kind of like it just really kicked our ass in the end, I think. I think it just really kicked our ass in the end.
Aftertaste, yeah.
But I guess overall there were a lot of really cool things that happened this year. There were a lot of like really interesting, cool
I mean, we
things.
did win a television show, which is pretty cool. I
We
mean,
won a
obviously it's
television
like
show,
weird
yeah.
to talk about because it's not easy to be like braggadocious or like proud of something because now it got weirdly like tainted in the aftermath of everything. But yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. It's pretty freaking cool, like that we
I mean,
won,
it's hard
and
to-
it speaks to a lot of stuff that's very good.
I can't find the peace in it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't settle on like, you know, I still bump into people that are like, congratulations, holy shit, that's such a big deal, and then they can't wait to tell the person they're with that this guy won a TV show with his friends, and it's really cool when you hear that, but it was just such a hard thing in life.
That's in the bittersweet moment for you right now.
Yeah, it's just like all the feelings, all the stress, all the sadness, all the anguish, the mental health stuff, and it's just hard to find a pleasure in any of it, really.
In terms of
So
negative
sad.
and positive, I definitely think all in all, if you were to calculate both sides, there was more negative during that time than positive. But one of the big positives is the fact that the community like did go like, yeah, which is the coolest part.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even though it doesn't make up for all the other.
at the end of the
Crazy.
day, whatever the journey was to get there,
It was
as hard
just
as it
in
could be
Burbank,
at
it was
times.
just we just
Yeah.
carpooled sometimes.
as difficult as it could be at times, and what it ended up being in the end, which, like you said, tainted it a bit. I'm still very proud of everything that was done on the stage. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we didn't deserve to win. I'm really happy with the product across the board, and I'm proud. I'm really proud of it.
Well, and I'm proud too, just of even the live streams and stuff, and like the way that we like actually went for it. I think is very rare.
We
for
put
all
everything
of us.
into it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, and for the four of us to be unabashedly trying all while knowing we could A, lose, and then B, it could be cringy, and then also dealing with what we were dealing with internally. Even amidst that, we still just kept making entertaining crap, even in the ancillary parts of the show where we were running out and stabbing me in the parking lot. Or whatever.
Yeah.
That was all very
I'm
cool.
proud of
very-
all of us, all four of us.
I think I'll be able to one day look back on it and be proud. And I mean, I am proud, but it's just not the overwhelming feeling
It's like
right
heavy.
now.
It's heavy.
It's just like I feel some shame and I feel some sadness and I feel
Feel
some
shame?
Well, just a little bit, just because of other
You
things
can kind of see it
surrounding
through
it.
the perspective of seeing how now it's been received has made it difficult.
Well, but it's hard to be like, so like have proudness be the overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
Because I'm not super proud of where I was as a person, and I'm not super proud of maybe certain ways that we handled this or that. And I just think it's just such a there's so many heavier feelings, like you were saying,
Yes, the
other than
sadness-
the happiness.
The sadness is reverberating. Like
Yeah.
it's just still there.
I
There's
just
still-
hope
there's still a layer of
I
it.
feel like I will one day be able to be like, you know what, despite hardships and stresses behind the scenes and things like that, like we all put our best feet forward and we all did it and we won a TV show, and that's really cool. And even now it feels good to say that out loud, which makes me feel like I'm just it's just going to be a little bit of time before I fully accept it.
I think for all of us, yeah. I think I'm a little bit more. I'm consciously trying to get to a place of like, oh, that's amazing. But I keep going back to like, yeah, I think we were doing our best in every way, and like creatively, ethically, with each other, with our significant others, like constantly, and also trying to do it in a way that benefited the Valley folk. And I know. I just remember seeing how everything went during it and being like, okay, like I felt like our lanes were clear, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so that makes it easier to look back because that's where there's not any shame, but I do wish it could be something that's a little bit more joyfully.
Yeah, I think
felt within
2019 in general, like all of it, like I feel like that's a microcosm, at least for me personally.
It really is,
of
yeah.
all of it. Like a lot of darkness, the political atmosphere, the culture, the climate change stuff, like all of it, like there's just this permeating dark layer, so that doesn't help. That adds to the weight. But then, for me personally, it's an exercise in finding the light. And in the darkness, and there was some dark times. My wife was in the hospital for a month and a half, and I was out of commission, and that's been something that we've been dealing with, and health stuff even before that, and work stuff. But despite that, I've taken steps forward with my relationship with my wife. I've taken steps forward with the Valley folk, and I've taken steps forward with myself in dealing with the darkness and going to therapy and trying medication and searching for the light as opposed to letting the darkness become all-encompassing. And I think you have to do that, and I think I've said it before to you guys, I think adulting is dealing with all the shit that they don't prepare you for when you're a kid. They let you be a kid, and then you wake up one day and you're like, oh shit, money, bills, death, sickness, sadness, divorces,
Money, Bills, Death
all
is
of
my
it.
favorite
all of that
TLC
stuff.
song.
It becomes so heavy, and I think adulting is dealing with that shit without losing your mind and finding ways to appreciate the light. That's it.
Yeah, you have to assign value to the small things. You
Yep.
have to. And
And
because
celebrate
that's why
them.
I'm saying, like, when I look at 2019, I feel like, man, it really kicked our ass in the end, but you can't ignore that, like, if you have your health, if you have loved ones, if you have things that you accomplished this year that you're proud of, you have to celebrate those things. You have to let those things be your defense against the darkness. You really do. You because you can't live in that darkness. You can't. It just leaves you in that world, and you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
It's also just like, I mean, we have I was thinking about the we stress about the Valley folk, and we go back and forth on everything, and we like, we do this could go bad, we do this could go good, but it could also go bad. But then I was thinking like about, we're talking about the Patreon and all that stuff, and I was like, this whole thing has just been like, it was a gift to begin with, so it's like I can't get too upset or too stressed out about the quote unquote business stuff, because it's like I don't think, like 2 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I deserved this job or the relationship that I'm in or the experiences that I've had this year. So I can't get too. I think there's a lot of stuff to be very, very thankful for, but I also still feel more excited about 2020 than I did about.
Yeah, and I think
about how 2019 has been.
Like feeling like you deserve it, and that whole imposter syndrome thing is like it's a hard balance, but you can't forget that you earned this. You did
To a degree, yeah.
You put work into this too, and you are where you are because of what you do.
Sure, yeah, and I have to remind myself of that too, yeah, because I get into the realm of like I'm just who little old me,
Right.
which that, and I have to like remember like, oh yeah, no, there's a reason this has happened. But yeah, I think in the processing things, I'm trying to do the Michael Buckley lean into gratitude, lean into
You have to.
how cool all this is
Yeah.
because
Lean into Denver.
lean into Denver
And Lena
and
Dunham.
and Lena Dunham and Blacklights and
I kind of like on the same note, but to end because I had my final thing, but it could be a whole thing, and I don't want to make it a whole thing really. But I do
Unless
have
it's
to
a
say-
positive thing.
Well, you
it
have
is
to say
it
it.
is a positive thing. Yeah, I just
make
wanted
it the
to.
last thing
'Cause
you
we
say
need
is
a number
the whole
9.
podcast.
Oh, the last. Yeah, I just really wanted to say I wanted to give an incredibly heartfelt shout out to Alana because
Oh, that's sweet.
Alana came into my life 2 years ago, almost 2 years now. I mean, well, she'd always been in my life to some capacity, but we started dating 2 years ago, and she's just instantly brightened my life and been there for me in so many difficult times, and really was
All of
just
ours,
this.
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
it
been very nice throughout the year of
such a
being a good
helpful,
sounding board.
wonderful, positive angel light beam woman that's just full of joy and heart and love, and I can't even fathom her kindness and her warmth and just her strength to be able to
she
handle.
can lift a lot.
I mean, she's so strong. I mean, she
know.
benches like 350. You know?
Crazy.
That's a
No,
lot.
but she's such a strong woman, and I am so inspired by her all the time. But the fact that she was able to handle her own stresses and problems, and then my incredibly life-changing issues and problems this year, and mental health issues and all of that, and her just being this wonderful person that's just positive and there for me, and I mean, she just changed my life in such a positive way and helped me see so many more positive things in life that I was like really ignoring and not really like just living in the dark stuff, because it just overwhelms you and it's very difficult.
She
but
brightened the points of light. That's great.
she totally did, and she's just this beam of wonderful amazingness that I'm just so thankful for and grateful for. And yeah, so just shout out to Alana. For
3
being a
cheers for
wonderful,
Alana.
wonderful
Hip,
person.
hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
And not to sound like I'm piggybacking, but just to say, Joe's wife Heather has looking like a first of all snack this
I mean,
year.
super snack.
Yeah,
3
she really
C's.
has. She looks
Um,
great.
she-
I was telling her yesterday. I
yeah.
grabbed her butt and I went, I like this.
Right.
S-N-A-C-C.
And she was like, I gotta go. I'm meeting Elliot for brunch.
And
Yeah.
I bit it, and she's like, "Don't do
Um,
that. I'm on the toilet."
Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. We have a tour coming up in a few weeks. We're going to be in Spokane, Tacoma, Denver, Salt Lake City, San Francisco for Sketchfest with the Chris and Paul show. You can get tickets in the links for tickets in the description down below. And it's going to be a lot, and we're going to book flights, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be an exhausting week, and we hope you come say hi to us, and it's going to be a very cool show.
If you're rocking the comments right now and you've made it this far, try to curate a top 9 list for you this year. Let us know what was awesome for you, from entertainment to personal growth to anything.
Yep.
Yeah, let
Thanks,
us know.
guys.
It'd be
Well,
good to
thank
see.
you. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Patreon.com/the Valley Folk. We're going to go for it in 2020, and we'll either succeed in the uphill battle. We'll be like, yeah, we did it, or we won't.
The official Valley Folk New Year's resolution is to have a 2021 resolution a year from now. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys. You're all great, and we'll catch you next time on the Valleycast when we're back.
Kisses. Where's the cat?